Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'da, habita fillah. The question was asked about applying to the Islamic University of Medina in any general advice. So first and foremost, I want to say that the one applying to Jama Islamiyya, bi'idhnillah, will be on khair azim, especially if they're blessed to get accepted into the Islamic University of Medina. Another point I want to make or advise with is that the person who wishes to do this, that they should apply to a multitude of universities. Do not rely just on your application for the Islamic University of Medina. So apply to al-Qura in Mecca, to Jamiat al-Imam in Riyadh. I think it's Jamiat al-Imam in Qasim. We also had one in Hafuf. There is one in Hafuf, but I think some of those other universities may or may not accept international students. So apply to a variety of universities. Secondly, I want to advise you to talk to your local students of knowledge who have graduated from Jama Islamiyya, who have that experience and perhaps even have a relationship with a university or professors or mashayikh and so forth, and get recommendations from them, because they will have weight and sometimes have some preferences, and they have the backing, especially if they're imams of a community or they are have an organization behind them. Then you want these kind of recommendations. Those will assist you in your application, and in fact are a necessity for your application. So those are some things I would advise. As far as myself, I don't have the ability or the weight to be able to assist you in that, as I am not a graduate from Jama Islamiyya. I didn't study in the University of Medina. I studied in a program which was affiliated with the university as far as the Arabic language program, and finished that. So I would say, first and foremost, if you're from the UK, there are tons of Tulab al-Ilm that are graduates from Jama Islamiyya. Likewise, if you're from Canada or America, the same goes, and many other countries. So you want to go through that process and get letters of recommendation that have weight, that will benefit you in your application process. Some other advice I will recommend, which is recommendation that Imam Muqbil bin Hadi al-Wadi'i alayhi yarhamuhu advised us when we arrived in Yemen, or when we arrived in Damaj. The Imam said first, and this comes from the command of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, leave off kathrat taqil wa qal, leave off he said and she said, meaning getting involved in debate and discussion. If you have this opportunity to go study anywhere, do not involve yourself and waste your valuable time, as I've seen tons and tons of individuals either destroy themselves and cut off the path of khair in seeking knowledge, and not even seek knowledge, and they've lived in places like Yemen and Saudi Arabia and so forth because of this, or they didn't truly get as much benefit as they could have, or whatever the case may be because of that. So there's a variety of different cases and situations and scenarios for individuals. So do not involve yourself and waste your time. And this is coming from advice from some of the great imams, and more importantly from hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, as the Sheikh had advised, memorize what you can of the Quran. Focus on the Quran and also the Arabic language. And those will be tools for, of course, understanding the religion, opening up khair alim, and of course the Quran is the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the speech of Allah azza wa jal. And also memorize what you can from the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as well as other matun, or the other sciences, other books related to these sciences, whether it be in aqidah and tawheed, fiqh, and other usul of fiqh, qawaid fiqhiyya, and the other sciences of the religion. So those are some general advice. Those are some that is some general advice that I can offer. And we ask Allah the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.